So, you know that one starting soon screen that I recently made?
Yeah, the Yusei looking one, the really cool one.
Yeah, so originally it wasn't supposed to have all that fancy camera movements at the start. So I was like, you know what, this is kind of boring. I'll just put some camera movements at the start. And then so I put some camera movements at the start and I'm like, oh my gosh, I accidentally made the intro to 5Ds.
ライディングデュエル。それはスピードの世界で進化したデュエル。そこに命を懸ける伝説の技を持つ者たちを人々は 5Ds と呼んだ。
Hello everybody, my name is Kenyaki, the Sunset Neon vTuber and resident Yugioh Not. And I'm here joined with my co-host.
Hey everyone, I'm Seph. I am not qualified to be here, but I have coffee, which means I am excited and enthusiastic and ready to contribute.
I love coffee. That's a lie. I actually hate coffee. I cannot drink it. So today, what are we doing? Today we're going over the Master Duel animations for the Xyz summons. Now we're only gonna do the base Xyz summons, the ones that Master Duel came out with initially, for two reasons. One, because if I included all of the ones that came out since then, we would literally be here infinite. And second, because the tierlist.com does not allow infinite PNGs to be dumped. We started an hour later than we should have because of that.
Oh no, we did.
I couldn't get the tier list images in order, so we're gonna do this a little out of order, but bear with us for now. So as always, we're gonna rank these in King of Animations, Tier 1, Rogue, 3rd rate Duelist, and 4th rate Deck.
Excellent tiers.
One more thing before we start, if you guys are coming off Reddit, I literally thank you. This video. You want to know the current views I have for my Synchro Animations last time I checked by the time of this recording?
No, what happened? How'd it do?
It's close to 2,000.
Holy cow!
I know, right? I get like average of 100 viewers on my regular videos. That's because I think that's because I posted it off of Reddit. So if you're coming off of the Master Duel subreddit, thank you so much. Thanks, YouTube. You don't recommend my video to anyone. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started. Everyone's favorite number 39 Utopia, which happens to be my favorite. Ace Monster. Main character Ace Monster.
Oh, nice.
It's so cool. It doesn't have as big of an entrance animation as, you know, like Flame Wingman or Junk Warrior, but man, this guy's design is cool.
Oh my god, he's so goddamn cool!
I've always been more of a Dark Magician nut. That said, though, Utopia is a really cool Ace Monster.
And then they turned it into a break my board combo deck. Yuma, what the heck happened to you while you were off screen?
You like it.
I can't lie, I do. I have this deck IRL and in Master Duel.
Anyway,
Animations. It's it's okay. It's like unabashedly average.
I have to agree with that sentiment. Yeah, like not a lot of movement. It is coming in at you, but yeah, it feels a little lacking. It could be more.
It's basically only its wings and his hand moves, or its arm moves. That's basically it. They do a little tiny thing of which his hand gauntlet is separated from his arm, but it's so little that if you don't play it in slow motion, you wouldn't even notice it. So it's unabashedly average. Let's put this as our benchmark as Rogue tier.
Sure, that's fair.
Next card is actually way more interesting, both gameplay-wise, except I don't think anyone uses it anymore because there's cheaper alternatives. So let's go with number S39, Utopia the Lightning.
The Lightning.
The Lightning! King Crimson!
I did not make it that far into Season 5.
So this card is actually way more interesting because it actually turns.
Yeah, you see that arm movement right there. That sticks out the most. Wait, no, you're right. It is actually...
He turns his body, which I quite like. It's It's a short animation and it's at the very beginning, but it is definitely noticeable. Even though it's so short, since it's kind of a large movement, you can still notice it.
Yeah, no, that is pretty cool. I don't think I would have actually noticed the actual, but when you look at the shoulder, yeah, no, that's cool. I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yeah, and his his arms actually move. Although I think that might be because he's at a less awkward angle to animate. And it's not just his left arm that moves, his right arm moves too, and it's actually a really smooth motion that I really appreciate. It's pretty neat. I think this is tier 1 worthy. We're already off to a pretty good start.
Yep, smooth animation. We on future number 0, Mirayo
yes.
Hope.
Ah yes, my favorite Madolche monster.
Oh, screw you.
It's so generic, and it's so good. Have you recently seen the Duologue's video about, like, his Ghost Trick deck with one Ghost Trick card, and its only function is to summon F-Zero?
I love it. It's not a Ghost Trick deck then.
It's the best Ghost Trick card. It's the most best Ghost Trick deck.
No, but Okay.
Alright, back to the animation.
I'm a bit distracted by the actual design. It's very bottom heavy.
It's
got movement on both arms, and
I think it's better.
back.
It's better than regular Utopia, but that's pretty much it. It's not tier 1, so I'm gonna put it over Utopia. I think it's just remarkably average, but at a higher average than Utopia, if that makes sense. Because there's more things going on, as Utopia only has his 2 wings and then slightly moves his arm. Alrighty, next up is the actual card that people care about, Utopic Draco Future.
Yay!
Everything I said about how generic regular F-Zero is applies to Draco Future. It has a bit more personality than normal F-Zero, of which name I've already forgotten because no one actually cares.
Utopic Future?
Utopic Future. I think there's another word, but I can't be bothered to check. So, looking at his wings, I actually really like how his wings move. It's like, this is a nice smooth animation, and his wings are also segmented. They don't just move all at once.
Yeah, it properly, fans out.
Fans out, and it doesn't squish because it's made out of blades. So they probably had to... Every single one of those wingy things, those wing swords, is probably on its own layer, and that's some dedication right there.
Deserving.
I still don't think it's tier 1, but it's definitely better than the other F-Zero.
Yeah, there's also more going on, so...
I just noticed that the swords that it's holding in his regular hands actually have spikes on them.
Hey, swords on your swords.
Exactly. Alright, next up is everyone's favorite number. What number? What? Number 38, Hope Harbinger, the Titanic Dragon.
It's right on the screen there for you. But yes, number 38.
I would very much like to know the lore about this card. Too bad Master Duel doesn't have a mode that lets you learn about them.
Nope. I like how it bobbles.
It bobbles. It kind of reminds me of a bobblehead, kind of. Like, the way it moves, it looks like someone, like, a kid picking up an action figure with opposable joints and going, "Wee, look at me! Wow, the airplane noises! My leg!" That's basically it. I don't think it actually moves like the Hope Harbinger Dragon thing.
Well, the arms move a little bit.
It does, but kind of funny looking.
Yeah, I see what you mean about the toy thing. For me, my first thought was like it's underwater or something, or swimming or something.
Oh yeah, there is that, but I don't think it's supposed to be underwater.
No, it's like a space dragon.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna put this... it's not the worst thing ever, but I'm gonna put this below regular Utopia.
Yeah, it's either below or equal, in my opinion.
Alrighty, now let's move on to everyone's favorite visual noise dragon. Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon.
Oh my gosh.
It's so loud.
Like, just to look at, like, just looking at it is so wow.
It's just rainbow all over the place. It's like little iridescent Cydia wings are literally rainbow. He's a real gamer. He RGBs his everything.
Very good. You don't see those wings in its card art, I don't think. Like, well, you zoom in on the dragons, so you lose how big those wings are. Let's see. Actual animation-wise, not that interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of minimalistic. I think it's on the same tier of, like, Hope Harbinger. I think there's two ways of ranking this. You can rank it higher than Hope Harbinger because it's less goofy looking, or you can rank it lower than Hope Harbinger because it's not as standout personality-wise. It's definitely around the same tier for me, so I think I'm going to put this on a do I like it better than Hope Harbinger, in that I have to give it to Hope Harbinger. I like Hope Harbinger slightly better.
No, that's fair.
Alrighty, let's go to everyone's favorite turn 2 card that ever existed ever. Divine Gate Sunya, I think that's what it's called. Chaos Xyz number 1, Divine Gate. This guy. I don't know, I don't remember. All their names are so weird. So this card, it kind of reminds me of, I've never played Mother 3 because playing Mother 3 is technically illegal.
Come on, Reggie, give us Mother 3!
Okay.
But it kind of looks like the Porky fight in, like, Subspace Emissary and, like, Brawl.
Oh, it does! It's just missing the thing inside.
Yeah! Some of these cards is, like, really inspired. And other ways actually really interesting. You know the card Yamatako Orochi? It is literally based off of a Hololive mascot.
Wow.
And I'm like, I look at this and I'm like, that is actually really funny. Anyways, moving on, I don't think we need to talk about Sunya very much because it doesn't move at all. It's Clee 4 Towers level. It just stands
menacingly.
there. Menacingly. I love that line. It's so applicable in so many situations.
It is an incredible line.
I wish SpongeBob had better writing. By the way, if I ever work for Viacom, I hope they don't see this video. Anyways, this card is going 4 freight deck. I don't think we need to spend that much longer talking about it. It literally does not move. Alrighty, let's go to our next favorite card, of which it has a 7 in its name.
Constellar Ptolemy M7.
I'm going to trust that you're correct without double checking.
Awesome.
It looks really simple at first, but if you look closely at it, it's actually, there's a lot of moving parts of this. It's main motion and its head and its head wings. And I think that's pretty cool. It opens its mouth and it shifts its wings, but what really cements it together for me is the stuff that's not immediately noticeable. It's like secondary action in animation, where like there's the main action and there's a secondary action. But talking about this card's secondary action, it's like, if you look at his hands, his little claw things, they move, they actually move, and it's actually making me like this animation quite a lot.
Ah, you like its secondary action, do you?
Yes, I like a secondary action.
Ah, steamy.
That one, another SpongeBob meme. Yeah. Everything comes back to SpongeBob is the center of the universe.
Not so fast, archvillain. We still have the Orb of Confusion. Take this.
Anyway,
It's
so about
animation.
the
It's
about
quite
this
good.
secondary action.
Its little arms and its legs also move, and I think that's pretty neat. It has a long startup, but it smooths into the ending, and I really quite like that.
I like that the tail lifts up as well during that last bit. I don't know if it's on the same plane as any of the other stuff, but so I think that's cool.
Yeah, I like this. I like this better than Utopic Draco Future.
I do too.
Alright, let's move on to the card that's definitely legal in the card game, Rango Myriad. I love this card, it's amazing. Konami, why is it here?
Do you really love it?
No. let's go over its animations.
It moves.
It moves. It's not bad. I actually think what's really funny is that its sword kind of gleams in a very cartoony way. Kind of like its sword is winking at you. Kind of like, yeah, that's right. I know I'm broken. I'm a Giga Chad. No. What are you gonna do about it?
Okay.
No. What it's saying is that I'm pointy.
Another SpongeBob meme. Shing, sparkle, sparkle. Yes. It's just gonna be the thumbnail for this video. Just SpongeBob. But it's definitely serviceable. I mean, it moves a decent amount, but it doesn't have a lot of personality to it.
The sparkle is not enough personality, yeah.
Yeah. Its sparkle does bring it up a bit, but it's not enough to,
It's kind of just a little weird, but yeah, I would put it in Rogue.
Oh wow, I just look, its sparkle thing is actually in the card art. That's hilarious.
Yes, it is. Yes,
right.
It is.
I like this better than regular Utopia, but less than small utopic future, dude. Alrighty, let's move over to the very fun dragon. Very fun dragon.
Very fun dragon.
Everyone's
That's
favorite fun dragon. King of all calamities. Animation-wise, I actually think it's really nice. It's subtle, but it's the good kind of subtle.
Yeah, it's the right kind of standing there menacingly, you know, like actually menacing.
It doesn't move a whole lot, but its entire body has a lot of moving parts. And it's very smooth-like, too. Kind of like the menacing dragon that it is. It doesn't need to jerk around. And for some reason, I just noticed it has angel wings.
No, that just caught my attention, too. The wings, actually, I like that it looks like they're coming down while the ones up front are rising. So it does look like a mid-motion thing, and I actually really like this one.
Yeah. If you look at it, it's two wings. It's shaped in a cross, and in artwork, crosses are actually a really strong design silhouette-wise. Something about the human subconscious automatically thinks, cross, danger, it's really bad, Konami, please ban. In either case, I think this is actually tier 1.
Oh, no, I agree.
It's not as good as Utopia the Lightning, though. I like that a bit better, but it's still tier 1. Alrighty.
Next.
Let's move on to everyone's favorite card that Phantom Knights definitely plays in their decks instead of Time Thief.
Dark Rebellion.
Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon.
Xyz Dragon. It's one of my favorites,
yeah,
actually. I love this card.
It's really cool. Unfortunately, I don't think Phantom Knights actually plays this card because it doesn't need to.
Bah.
Reject Time Thief. Embrace Xyz Dragon.
Yes.
Except for me, because I run Time Thieves in my Phantom Knights, so I can make my Phantom Thieves deck.
For real?
Animation-wise, it actually looks a little goofy. Its neck movement is actually very goofy. Although that could be attributed that its neck kind of looks like it's made out of rubber in the first place.
Yeah, I think that's more like the character design is working against it, but I see what you mean. It looks like a rubber, well, not a rubber duck, but rubbery texture.
Even though that's a little goofy, I think its actual jaw opening, I think it's pretty cool. But what really saves it for me is the fact that if you look at its chest, it once again turns.
Oh, there it is.
It turns. That's what saves it for me. But I think that's quite nice. I think it's because I appreciate how difficult turning something is in live 2D.
Oh yeah, you've been there.
I've been there. Been there, done that. It's not easy.
And every part of it is moving. Like, you have its both claws, its legs. Yep, the tail's moving.
I like how it kind of kneels down a bit and just kind of rests there. So I do think, even though it does look silly, it definitely has more personality than Rongo Miniad. So I'm gonna put it there, above Rongo Miniad. Next off, Frog the Jet, I mean totally awesome.
No, this one is actually, like, amazing. Like, actually, I would put this in King of Animation. I like it a lot.
It's so goofy, but it works because it's a goofy card that you love to hate.
It's got all the personality. It jiggles because it is a gelatinous treat, and the tongue goes in and out of the mouth. Like, it is literally, that is exactly how it should be animated. Like, this to me is, like, perfect.
I would have put focus on his tongue because making something like stretch like that, you can see this in two ways. they could have either animated this like hair, like for example, I move my hair like this and my hair squishes back and forth. They could have applied that same logic on the tongue, or what I think might be even more impressive if they used the same technique on how to animate the eyes in a VTuber model. So you see how like my eyes are specifically shaped?
Yeah.
So if I blink, suddenly the shape completely changes. And especially the side part of my eyelashes completely disappear. Like, let me try doing this very slowly. That's as slow as I can do it. Hold on, maybe if I do this. That's not it.
Yeah, up
This
and
toggle.
down.
If I do this toggle, you can see that the little side eyelashes, they almost disappear completely. And basically how I do that is I squish it into the top eyelash. That's basically how that part works. So I think that could be the same logic that they're doing for Totally Awesome.
Maybe, yeah. Probably, actually. So what I really like about this one, actually, is, well, the tongue, obviously, but the little frog on top is also moving well, and the little fruit on top of it is popping up, too. They didn't have to go this hard, but they did, and I am pleased.
It is. I agree. This should be King of Animations, even though I hate it.
Just get out of here, you stupid, dumb animal!
Yeah, same.
Alrighty, let's move on to the next one. Everyone's favorite Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I've completely forgotten what this card is called. Something Super Quantal something.
Hey.
Super Quantal Mech King Great Magnus, which according to the wiki is based off of the Megazord. Unfortunately, I do not watch Power Rangers, so I don't know what that is.
By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet! Thundercats!
Well, I kind of know what that
really
is,
cool.
but I've never seen it. This one moves like a toy, but it actually has an excuse to. Actually, it doesn't even move like a toy. It moves like a robot, so good on it.
You know, I forget. I wonder, do they even still make Yu-Gi-Oh! Action figures? I don't know that, which is a shame, because Utopia would make a perfect one.
If they do, it'd probably be exclusive to Japan.
Yeah.
Konami's not marketing Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore, they're just marketing Rush Duel. Actually, they don't even market Rush Duel. They just dumped it on Disney+. Actually, they didn't even dump it on Disney+, they dumped it on Disney XD. Because everyone watches Disney XD, where Disney cartoons go to die. Actually, my favorite part of the animation is how it moves its shoulders, specifically its shoulders. And also, if you look at the mouth hand again, because Konami really likes those, it actually opens slightly.
Yes, it does.
Not as elegantly as the other ones, of course, but it's still something to consider.
It's hard for me to get into it since I'm not the biggest fan of this design, even if I understand the inspiration.
It could be just a placebo effect, but I do think that its fingers do extend just a tiny bit. But I do quite like this card. I like it better than Rongo Mini yet, actually.
Okay.
Lots of toy like Xyz monsters. Speaking of which, our next favorite toy like Xyz monster, Gigant. This animation is actually really nice. I know literally nothing about the archetype except that its level 4 Xyz monster is used in Machina, but its animation is quite nice.
I like the punching animation. The fist really does grow on you.
It is. That's what I like about it. It's the combination of its fist and how it like moves his left arm in tandem with his body motion.
Yeah, no, it does look like a punch. Kind of wish there was more movement on the arm, on its right arm, because like it just kind of goes forward, but still fine.
I like the speed. I like how like the level of jerkiness it has, like it's a gear, because it's actually a gear.
It is. No, this is good.
I like this better than Small Draco feature.
Yeah, that is not a high bar, but still, it's better.
Yeah, it's like on the same level as bigger Draco feature. That's what I think. Alright, next is everyone's favorite Eldritch card before Eldritch was a thing. Traptrix Traptrix Plant Girl thing. Traptrix Rafflesia. What about this card? There's actually like a lot of moving parts of this. There are one, two, three, four, five. There are 5 characters in this card.
It's a crowd.
So the main middle one, I don't remember what any of these are called because I don't play Trap Tricks, but the main middle one is the one with the main movement. If you look at her arms, they stretch out. It's quite hard to notice because there's a lot going on, but it's a quite nice, smooth movement. And her hair also moves, not that much, but they do. Unfortunately, it's when you look at the other monsters, that's when things start to break down. They do move, but they move in like awkward clumps.
Yeah, the movements are for a card with 5 different people on it, I think they could have done a bit more.
Well, the main one is nice, but the other ones, they move in clumps. They're probably on the same layer, because if not, this should probably be the most expensive card to animate ever.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, to be fair, there would be a lot of work to do on this one. So I think they do the main monster very well, I think.
So, I like her better than Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Even though she does have a lot going on, the main one I'm focusing on is the center one, and it is alright. So, next up is, I was not aware that this archetype even exists. Why Konami made this archetype have an animation, I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah.
Digital Bug Radiscus.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Keep trying, Patrick.
I don't know what it's called. Digital
You're keeping that in that.
Bug. Digital Bug Rhinocibus. Yes, that makes perfect sense. Rhinocibus.
Rhinoceros.
Why is this
It's
card...
actually buzzing.
It is. Its animation
This
is
is
really
actually
nice,
good.
but also why? Why does this card have an animation? Who in their right mind actually uses this card?
Someone likes bugs over there.
It is a archetype that ever existed.
Other than the wings, though, it doesn't have a lot of other movement, unfortunately.
Not really. But its wing movement is quite nice.
It is, and I like that it also has, like, you have the wings, and then you have the covers for those wings. Like,
I have no
all
idea.
of that.
I actually hate bugs.
But all of that is moving, which is nice.
It is.
I don't know if I put it in tier 1, but I rate this well.
This one is above Megazord for me. It does have a lot of personality, but I think things could be executed a bit better. Now, let's go over to the card that I wanted to review the most, Gustav Mix.
Hey, oh, this one's good.
It's good.
I like it.
It's
I like it.
me likey. I also like Big Gun.
Yeah, right, little man.
Yeah, no, literally, it is gun.
It's
Big gun.
It's like, if you actually look at
and
it,
it's speaking too. Like
is.
you see that. I just like it that it's like gun.
oh man, but gun.
Nah, I like this one. This one's a good one.
It's like, there's several tiers of it. There's several tiers of animation. First of all, there's the shaking. There's the actual physically shaking of the card art up and down. And then there's the extending thingy barrel,
Yes.
which is, well, it's not
And it-
quite hard to pull off animation-wise, but it takes a lot of technical knowledge to actually pull it off.
It's just a couple things coming together just right. Like, this is another one where it's like the animation seems relatively simple, but it's also just perfect.
Actually, if you look at the its little whatever that is in the top part, it actually jiggles.
No, it does. Like, I don't know how you would actually improve upon this
This is like
as a layperson.
10 out of 10, king of animations, no contest.
I think so.
This is above Frog the Jam. I have like Frog the Jam on my mind and I don't know why.
The radar, sir. It appears to be jammed.
There it is, alrighty. Next up is the second card that I wanted to review. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Libe.
Yeah.
That is a mouthful. That is a really long name, but unfortunately not the longest Yugioh name.
Unfortunately.
It is still amazing, though.
This is good. It doesn't do the bouncing thing that Gustav Max does.
But it still extends its barrel. I think its barrel extension is actually better than Gustav Max's, because there's a little bit of recoil when it extends it. And Gustav Max, I don't think has that as much.
A very small extension.
And I think its little, there's little supporter things to the side, they also extend a tiny bit.
It's kind of hard to see with the visual effects. Yeah, I feel like it's more visual effects putting in work than actual animation outside of the barrel.
For this one, the barrel is definitely better than Gustav Max's, but unfortunately Gustav Max has way more things going for it. I do still think this is tier 1 though. I think I'm going to put this underneath Very Fun Dragon.
I like that it sparks up there, up top. I like that little spark there. I think the visual effects are generally pretty good. Anyway, yeah, sure, tier 1 seems fair.
Alrighty, let's go over to,
Mecha Phantom Beast Drak Cossack. I actually like this one. I don't think it's the most exciting, but just, I think it's like what you said before about the V shape and how that kind of like people are drawn to that, the V and X thing, because I like how they're flying in formation. Like, it's not a lot of animation, but I like the trailing smoke.
Definitely pretty creative. It's not the most technically impressive, but it's definitely creative.
Yeah, like it just looks visually pleasing to me.
It's like this card knew it was on a budget, but it took that and stretched it really well.
For me, I think this is a tier 1. Not a lot of animation, but I think it's just well done. You know, I feel like...
Unfortunately, I'm kind of not of that opinion. And
oh no, conflict.
Yeah, that's... If you disagree in the comments, make a YouTube video. Make your own YouTube video. I actually like this less than Xyz Dragon, so I'm gonna put it there. Above Digital Bug, but less than Xyz Dragon. So, let's go to everyone's favorite immune card, Raid Raptor Ultimate Falcon.
Yes!
Just draw the out forehead.
I'm actually kind of whelmed by this little tail wag.
Does do a little tail wag. Not a whole lot going on here, though.
No.
There's a little bit going on. Its little back plate is on a different layer than its front wings. I don't know why. It's not quite third rate for me, but it is definitely not as impressive than Cypher Dragons.
Yeah, I am not impressed personally. Maybe I have an anti-bird bias, which is weird because I actually really like birds.
Alright, Insector Exbeetle. I don't even know what this card does.
Yeah, this is reminding me of Rongo Miniad, actually. It's the land movement.
I really like how jerky it is.
It's gonna poke you.
Yeah, it's like a little cartoony, but I kind of like it. But it does look a little cartoony. So I'm going to put this above Rongo Miniad.
Yeah, I see why you like the jerky movement. It's like, it's quick and, you know, it gives that dynamic
I like quick,
feel.
snappy
So
movements. That's why.
Yeah,
that's why I don't like Disney animation anymore. It's too realistic. Also, Disney, please don't watch this video.
No. Disney can take it.
Yeah, Disney can take it. Disney has FU money. Shut up!
Take the critics, pay them. They are now your ally.
That's how Rotten Tomato works.
That's it, girls. No more Disney TV for a while.
So.
But back to Insector Beetle Dude. Aside from that jerky animation, this is basically it. I think his little horn thing moves a little bit, but it's basically it. It's just basically just one large animation.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there are any interesting layers.
Let's move on to everyone's favorite, the most broken thing before other broken things were released, Cyber Dragon Infinity. It's quite neat. It doesn't go as far as I would prefer it to, but the things that do move is pretty technically impressive.
I agree. I kind of think the tail movement is a little weird, but the issue is that because, it has to make the infinity symbol, you can't actually move the tail, it looks goofy to me, but you can't actually mess with the shape, so they're kind of hamstringed like that. But they move the wings really nice, and the mouth opens and such.
Yeah, as long-time viewers would probably notice, I like open mouth movements when they're pointed at the camera.
Once there was an ugly barnacle.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. There's a little bit of jerkiness, but overall it's still pretty good. I'm going to put this... Surprisingly, I like this less than Xyz Dragon, and I'm not really sure why. Alright, let's move on to Teardrop the Rika Queen. I actually had one of the viewers on the previous video ask me about this card, and I said, I got you.
For real?
Reviewing that one next. It's actually really good. It's so nice. This animation is so nice.
She is very pretty. She's turning.
She turns. It's a miracle. Yu-Gi-Oh cards turn, and that automatically makes her really good in my book.
She's turning. I like that is the umbrella also turning? Hold on.
No, I don't think the umbrella itself turns. It just moves with her.
No, yeah, it just lifts up, but I still like that it does that. It gives you the illusion that it's turning.
I like how subtle her dress is, and then her little bouquet also moves. It's very, very subtle and very hard to tell, but I think her bouquet... Actually, no, I think it's on the same layer, but they use the warp deformer, a tiny bit of a warp deformer on the bouquet. So it warps a little bit to give the impression that it's 3D. I really like the way they animated her hair and the veil. It's so nice. Anyone who knows me knows that whenever I see live 2D, I like flowing hair that flows in the wind. It's like that one Shrek thing with Prince Charming, of which video clip I think I've already used in a tier list video.
And most handsome in all the land.
I mean, you could use Charming's hair movement as a reaction.
I think this is like the third or fourth time I've used it.
Anyway, yeah, I rate this. This is at least tier 1 for me. The movements are very subtle, so I'm not sure if it's worth King of Animations. But I think this is up there to where I'm not sure how much I would improve it. I think she can be made to move a bit more, but it also makes her kind of elegant. Just how subtle the movements are. So
yeah. I'm going to put this above Utopia the Lightning.
Okay.
It's currently first in tier 1.
She certainly looks better than Utopia the Lightning, so.
I tried playing Rika's once. I got really confused.
Oh, did you?
I got really confused. I feel like that's a running theme here.
One pair of pants later.
Constellar Pleiades. He was also meta once. Rank 5 alongside Cyber Dragon Nova, which means you get Cyber Dragon Infinity. So yeah, these actually shared a deck for a while.
Ah. His animation is kind of janky.
Yeah, but I also think it's kind of decisive.
It's like his hand stands out so much.
Well, his pose also causes his cape to move.
I think.
Well,
I like.
Maybe it's not connected enough, though.
I like the jerkiness of the hand. I don't like the jerkiness of the cape.
I'm the opposite, or rather, I actually kind of like the cape movement. I think the cape movement maybe could be a little more pronounced, actually.
I would probably like it if the cape swayed, not just pivot back and forth, actually swayed in the middle. Kind of like it was actually made out of like a cloth fabric thing, instead of just moving all at once.
Personally, I actually kind of like this one, but I understand if you don't.
I like this better than Digital Bug Rhinoceros.
Was that its...
No.
What is that?
I think it's like Rhinoceros or something.
Rhinoceros, or... Yeah, I have no idea.
I refuse to correctly pronounce his name. Just like Giraffe. Alrighty, let's go to our next card. Queen Madolche Queen Tiramisu.
I like how she has jiggle physics, but not in that way. Like,
yeah. For some
she
reason,
literally does
her
a jiggle.
throne has jiggle physics.
Yeah, like she pops up like a Pop-Tart or something. I don't know. I like it. I think this card has good personality.
There's actually quite a bit going on with this card. I think the animals also move.
Oh wow. I think this is King of Animation here, actually.
Yeah, they don't move normally, but that's fine because of the art style, and that's why that works.
Yeah, this actually takes what I think a similar concept as Rafflesia, but actually does it better.
Just the birds also move.
Yeah, no, I actually really like this one, and I'm putting this in Queen of Animations for me.
Unfortunately, I don't like it as much, but I'm going to put this right below Very Fun Dragon and above Juggernaut Libe. Still in tier 1. Alrighty.
Oh no, it's another one.
It's that thing.
It's huge.
It's big. It's Spriggan's something blower. Spriggan's ship X-blower. It's not even an exo-blower, it's an X-blower. Dude, I love the concept of Spriggans, just any giant desert airship genre is like 10 out of 10 for me. It's kind of janky, but considering that it's Spriggans, that kind of has a pass.
I mean, they capture the vehicular movement of it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, specifically the arms that I don't like, but I think everything else is fine. Like, I like the way the sail actually blows.
I like that too. There's not really a lot to say here, though.
Not really. It's just a ship. Ships don't really move that much.
There's really kind of nothing for it. Like, I literally have no idea what else they could do with it, but what they have done with it is...
They could do the rhinoceros wingy things with the little sails, but that's as much as I can think of. They could make the sails flat, but that's as far as I can think of. Oh wait, no, they could have actually moved its main body, makes it fly through the air, kind of like Chambara last time. But unfortunately, I think this is the first third-rate duelist for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think I agree. There's just not enough here. Like, I feel bad because I'm like, I really don't know how much it would have looked. Well, I don't really feel bad. It's a card.
Alrighty, let's move on to the next card, of which I don't know what it is. Evil Swarm Ophion. It's a dragon for some reason, even though its name suggests otherwise.
I like the mouth movement. That's really creepy, honestly.
Yeah. I mean,
in general, the art is creepy.
Yeah. Everything does move, but I don't think it moves in like... It doesn't have a lot of personality other than the mouth.
I'm kind of disappointed in the wings. I'm not sure how the wings would or should move, but the fact that they basically don't is like... It doesn't feel like there was enough effort here. But yeah. I admit, I do think this is one of the better mouth opening animations. It's just, there's not much else going on.
Yeah, it looks like its wings can open, but they don't actually open. I think this is my second third-rate duelist. I'm gonna put this underneath X-blower.
Yeah, maybe it is there.
Interestingly enough, I think this is our only tier list of which we did not lump the wings all together. Alrighty, let's move on to
We've got 6 left.
I hate this card. Why did you invent Zodiac Dryden? Why did you invent Zodiac, Konami?
Specifically to mess with everyone.
Luckily, I did not play Yu-Gi-Oh! When this card came out. I had a giant hiatus between Zexal and Vrains. But, back to the animation, I unfortunately really like this animation.
She's got personality.
She's got that one big lean down motion, because I think the really big motions really benefit Master Duel really well, because you don't have a lot of time to look at the card animations.
Yeah, that's true. But it's also, I also like that she kind of bounces up. Like, I think it's just a very good dynamic pose. It's like you get 2 flexes in one.
I'm not exactly sure what she's doing, but she sure is doing it, and she's doing it pretty good. And her little whatever that is in her other hand, that moves a bit as well. The whole entire thing is very smooth and holds it together.
This is a good animation for sure.
So I would say that this is even in tier 1. Like on a technical level, I think the Constellar Dragon thing is better, but on a idea level, considering the fact that we have less than a second to look at a card animation before it disappears, functionality wise it works better. So I am actually gonna put this in tier 1 in front of Juggernaut Libe.
I agree, because honestly, I could have imagined them doing a lot less for this card. Next we have your favorite card.
My favorite card. Second favorite non-anime Ace Monster card, because my first favorite will always belong to Space Bear Gundams.
I came to laugh at you.
Time Thief Redoer. Really like the design. I like the idea, I like the lore, I like how this card's mechanic works, I like everything about this card.
Not my favorite to fight, for sure. I've been on it, the end of yours plenty of times to dread it.
Yeah.
It's a good card. I like this animation. I like how I like the swift movement. It's in character for him.
Yeah, I like the way the cape flows. Oh, his gauntlet has a slight animation. It's barely noticeable, but it is there. It kind of pulses a bit. It's not the most impressive thing ever, but I do like this better than small utopic Draco feature. Alrighty, let's move on to everyone's favorite rank 2 archetype, Melfi something. I don't actually play Melfis. All the Melfi cards look exactly the same to me.
I don't know how they translate this. Yeah, this is Wak Wak Melfis.
Okay, are there Joyous Melfis or Merry Melfis? Okay, Merry Melfis is a synchro monster.
Okay, so this is Joyous Melfis.
Joyous Melfi. All the Melfi cards look exactly the same to me, because they all feature the exact same animals.
Okay, and they are all moving. Every single animal has movement on this, so they cared.
This is actually quite nice.
Oh, it is so wholesome. The little the little creature up on the left just coming down. It's like, oh, let me in.
I have a theory on why this card has so much movement. Is because of the art style allows them to have very cartoony movements, which is easier to do, so I think that's why there's more of them.
Yeah, they don't have to stick to anime character proportions. But yeah, it's not like they're mecha with strict lines or an anime character who has defined features. Now they're cute and they can squish all they want.
Yeah, squishy, non-mechanical live 2D is way significantly easier than doing mechanical parts. I should know. Yeah. I have live 2D glasses. I have my live 2D glasses on right now. It's very simple. It took me significantly longer to do the glasses than I would like to admit. So, I'm going to put this is actually tier 1. I like this better than tiramisu. I did not expect that to happen, but it did. Alrighty. Let's go to everyone's favorite Melfi Utopia. It's so nice. Yes. Zeus. My favorite Disney movie.
I came to laugh at you.
Zeus.
It's actually it's really cool looking.
Dude, the lightning though. Oh, that actually kind of steals the show for me a bit.
It's both the lightning and the top boosters that come out because it has top boosters for some reason. But the boosters, they extend and then they go back a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
I think the hand movements could be a little smoother, but overall it's really nice. And like after the lightning comes out, it like jiggles. It shakes. As it should.
Yes, as it should. This, again, jiggle physics. Good.
This is...
Easily. I don't know if I would put it in King of Anime. Maybe.
This is actually a high rogue for me.
A high rogue, huh?
Yeah, this is... I like this better than Constellar Dragon thingy. So it is number 1 in rogue right now.
For me, I have it in tier 1, but hey, to each for
If it had smoother hand animations, then it would definitely be tier 1 for me. But as of right now, I think, for me, it's a high rogue. Alrighty, let's move on to everyone's favorite Tri-Brigade card. Lyrilisc SM Blue Robin. I don't even know what it does, but people use it in Tri-Brigade, so I automatically hate it.
Let's see, this animation is kind of minimal.
It's alright.
Yeah, kind of minimal. It is kind of just alright, and nothing is really standing out to me.
I would like the wings to have a bigger movement, but the little jiggly parts of her sash is what saves it for me. If it wasn't for that, I would probably either put it in low rogue or third-rate duelist.
Yeah, I know how you feel. I like that part of the movement as well. It does feel like she's airborne, but I would like the art to actually like lift up more. She's like really low on the screen for some reason.
Oh yeah, she is. I was about to say that maybe it's because her wingspan is so big, but they've cropped big things like that before, so I don't actually know why. I like this better than Rongo Miniad. Alrighty, next up is everyone's favorite Spriggan's card.
What is the Spriggan's card?
Well, at least it's not broken in Spriggans. Spriggans need all the help they can get.
I still hate this one.
I do too. Let's move on to Orcus Dingrisu.
Dingirs.
I have one copy of this card in IRL.
It is powerful.
There's quite a bit of things going on here. I just realized that it's carrying an upside-down violin.
Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin. This is serious. I know. This really is the world's smallest violin. See?
And also a trumpet saxophone thing.
It's literally the orchestra theme. Anyways, for me, I actually think this looks kind of janky.
It is quite janky. To be
like,
fair, one-man
bands
also look very janky. Actually, if you look at its whatever he's riding on, I think that's an instrument horse. The head actually moves in a 3D fashion, kind of similar to Red Dragon Archfiend.
You know what? Yeah, the head is moving both side to side and like up and down. Yeah, that is probably the most impressive thing about it. It's kind of moving its weapons, like its two arms, a bit too much actually for me.
Yeah, for me it's a bit too janky. But the horse thing kind of saves it, but it doesn't save it as much as I would like it to. So I'm going to put this guy above Megazord.
Yeah, this guy is in the lower part of Rogue for me. All right, and with that covers all of the base Xyz monster animations.
How do you think that list was?
You know, a lot of rogues. Yeah, and nothing too actually bad, you know? Like, very few things I would put in third rate or even fourth rate.
But if you guys at home have any other opinion, feel free to leave them in the comments. Feed the YouTube algorithm, because I know YouTube is not going to recommend my videos anyways.
Yes, like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe you should post this to Reddit again.
Next time we'll be going over Link Monsters, the base Link Monsters, which there's some pretty cool ones there.
Let's build the circuit.
Let's build the circuit. Let's do something with arrows, of which I've completely forgotten the chant.
Point. You point with arrows.
We point. Alrighty. If you've been watching this long, I thank you for watching. I've been King Yaki.
And I've been Seph.
And we will see you whenever the next video is out. Bye!
Bye-bye!
And also a trumpet.